Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So the Packers make their way out for the first time, and it's Jordan Love that has the keys to the car here in his 5th season as a pro and 2nd as a starter.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Love looking to throw it. Completed out left to Dobbs. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Love. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up.
The Vikings turn up the heat, and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 17 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
Oh, able to avoid him. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
A jet sweep, Dobbs. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Dayo Odengbo busting through to get him for a loss of 6. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Drew Chrisman now. Fielded at the 20. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 13 carries, 106 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means...
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Love's throw brought in by Watson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. This defense for the Vikings, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And some space here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now Love. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Nick Bosa able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. On second down, Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield.
Touchdown, Packers! Jaden Reed, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and we are tied at 7. Second drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. I think he's still shaking his head a little. It was his fumble on the previous drive that led to the touchdown that has us tied.
And sometimes it's worse on a runner who drops it like that to watch the other team take the ball downfield and score than maybe if they just returned it right away. You know what I mean? Because sometimes what happens that fast, you're right back out on the field. Instead, he had to watch it happen. Let's see if it affects him going forward the rest of the game.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. Hey, look at this Packers defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. And inside give to Jones. Preston Smith there on the stop. And the Vikings sit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. With Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Gary puts him on the deck, and he's done plenty of that throughout his career, recording 24.5 sacks over his last 3 years alone, and that's a number they expect to continue to grow.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 39 yards there, a big one.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now Hurts going to move him around. They're going to look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tip Ryman with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep them?
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Packers offense set to go.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Looking for Christian Watson that time.
But it'll be second down.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
On third down, Love. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Micah Parsons
gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. from the shotgun to give to Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tip Ryman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point. Throwing is Hurts. Got a man. That's Ligon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. On a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick-6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. A bit more of a somber tone here as they take the field after throwing that pick-6. But, Charles, the bottom line is they still have the lead. They're still in the driver's seat.
You're right about that, and let's face it, when you throw a pick-6, it's demoralizing. But when you look up at the scoreboard and realize you still have the lead, you kind of put that wry smile on your face and say, okay, let's just shake it off and start over again.
Again, it's Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They'll run out of the gun with Gasket. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 21. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Another run now for Nwangu. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Tip Ryman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
From the 31, here's 2nd and a couple. To throw now, here's Love. A short throw to Musgrave. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A short throw to Musgrave. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6.
To the air again. Love. Slant route. He's got Dobbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Love with a pass caught by Musgrave, the tight end.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. First down, Love to pass.
He gets that one complete to Wicks.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's got it. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Play fake. Here's Love. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Sims. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up. And look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third.
quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
It's Williams on the catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch of this third quarter, he had 7 in the first half. It's also a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now a first down carry by Jones
to about the 48-yard line.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They'll go again to Jones. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally, you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the first down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They run it with Chandler.
Down right around the 25. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Up the middle, Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Second and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Third and 8. Play action. Here's Hurts.
And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Now this throw caught left side. A big play there for Minnesota. 53 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And able to work his way down to the 16.
81 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here's 2nd and 3.
Again, this to Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A give to Jones. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Tip Ryman
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They go play action with Hurts. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile. And the entire time, you're probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up. Throwing on second and long. Hurts. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my. He pulled it in. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, 85 yards. And the Vikings are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play. Yep, confidence with a lead to throw. Throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money. Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Running on first down with Gasket. And shoving his way inside the 35. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Here's Chandler, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them. Just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And inside give to Jones. And he will have a Viking 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. 120 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Minnesota, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.